Greetings, everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing the hard truth about becoming a Chad not. Every guy can become a Chat, and that's the truth. That is just the cold, hard truth. Not every guy can become a Chat if a guy's a sub-5. You're not going to go from a sub-5 or low-tier normie to a Chat or a Chat light by simply looks maxing. It's just very rare, if not impossible. Sure, God may go from a sub-5 to a normie by looks maxing, but even then, you know, you're not extremely sexually desirable. Sure, you're gonna have more sexual and you're gonna have more sexual success than as a sub-5, but you're still not going to be treated as a Chad. The only guys who can really ascend to a Chat level, and ascend just means you increasing your PSL. You're increasing your looks. You know, maybe you're taking HGH to go taller, or maybe you're taking a hair product so that your hair grows back, or you're doing some type of cosmetic surgery so your face looks better, or you're doing some weight loss program, or you're taking steroids that your body looks better. That's what ascending really means. You're looking better than you truly are. And that's what the black pill is. If you fully understand the black pill, you understand that women only care about looks. That's what they desire. That's what they lust after, is a guy's looks. If you put two people in the same room, one guy's 6'4", chiseled jawline, great body, great face, and you put a 5'7" dude, which is average looking, horrible face, you know, decent body, but just doesn't have the same looks. Women, on average, if not every single time, are going to choose the better looking guy. That's it. There's no reason to be debating. There's no game. There's no mindset that's going to change that. Just like I said earlier, there's upper limit. They're just upward limits. You can't go from a sub-5 to a Chat. And that's what red pillows don't understand. They say, Omen, just go. Looks max, and then just stop complaining and go. Looks max. Well, you can't just, it's not that simple. Some 5s are really screwed. They really are. If you're a true sub-5, like maybe you're just 5'6", bad phase, bad frame, you're gonna need so much work to just get to the normie level. It's very simple. Again, not everyone can do it. Some people are just blessed with supreme genetics. You know, Chaz and Chad lights didn't do anything. They didn't have to look smacks. They were borners. They were born attractive so that they attract women. They're just born that way. That's why we have this saying that we were born and it was over, because if you were just born as a sub-5, you got screwed, versus a guy was born as a Chad light, a 6-foot-tall Chad light. He was given everything he didn't have to work for. It's so the first thing you have to accept is that not every guy can ascend. There's an upper limit to where you can ascend to. If you're a true sub-5, there's going to be an upper limit, right? Even leg length and search. You're not going to go from 5'6" to 6'5" with leg length, and so you're just not going to do it. There's an upper limit to where you can go. Your max PSL, there's an upper limit. Okay, the next one is you're going to have to get rid of the red pill and blue pill programming. This destroys so much men, and it slows down their growth and experience and exposure to the black pill. The longer that a guy is red pill, the longer that a guy is blue pill, the long he's going to be stuck in the matrix, and it's stuck on the treadmill that he doesn't improve his life to learn some game that doesn't exist, that doesn't work, or to learn chivalry, or Toto chase things that aren't going to benefit. They're going to benefit you. Or to, you know, read books on how to be nice to women, or read books on how to learn how to hold a frame. The hard truth is that the red pill and the blue pill are lies. They're just purelies designed to keep men on the treadmill, to keep people selling books, to keep people spending money on stuff. That doesn't work. That's what women want. Women want guys stuck on that treadmill. That's what dating coaches, and they want young men in their teenage years and 20s stuck in the treadmill. You have to get rid of that red pill and blue pill programming. Now, obviously, there are some benefits to having red pill knowledge jurors. There's some concepts and principles in there that apply to life in a beneficial, but for the vast majority of it, it's not going to help men, and it hurts men in the long run. It's like one bad apple. You know, they're saying one bad apple spoil us a whole bunch. What's the same with the red pill and the blue pill? You have a couple good principles in there, but all the rest of the principles in that same bucket are destroying men. So one bad apple can spoil that whole thought process. So the sooner you get rid of it, the sooner you understand that not just women, but life in general is about the way you look, the better your situation will be. You know, I see it all the time, but one of my favorite things to do is look at Twitch streamers. You can judge, and this is brutal, but you can judge the success that a guy is going to have on Twitch based on the way he looks. If you play in a Twitch game, you want people to watch you. Obviously, you have to be good at the game. But once you're good at the game, what else do you need to be? Well, it'll help if your attractive people want to look at people who have good looks. This is why you see women on Twitch, you know, all thousands of files because they're attractive. This is the same thing with guys. People want to look at good-looking people. It comes down to the looks. There's no frame you can hold that's going to make women like you. There's no game that you can hold. There's no mindset. Either people like what they look at when they see you, or they don't. Get rid of the red pill and the blue pill programming as soon as you can. That ice, one of the major things holding guys back is that programming. Okay, next, you got to understand that not everyone wants to see you succeed. Like I was just talking about, there's a lot of hatters. There are a lot of guys who just want women all for themselves. Mostly the chads and the chat lights. You never want to take dating advice from a chat. You never want to take dating advice from a chat in life because they rarely tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you that it still looks. They're not going to tell you it's the fact that they're 6'4". They're not going to tell you the fact that they have a great jawline or they have a great body frame. They're going to tell you, oh man, it's just my mindset. Yeah, I'm an abundance mindset, so that's what helps me attract women. Or they're not gonna, they're gonna be like, hey man, yeah, it's just my game and I have really smooth game. You know, I have a great ability to keep women interested. You know, just ask follow-up questions and stuff. Then they're gonna tell you it's some game and they're not gonna be objective to you. It's called the just world theory. No, people who are successful, and they weren't. They didn't have to work for it. They think the world is just, they think that it's karma or that they deserve it. It's not, doesn't work that way. It's just luck. It's genetic lottery. But you have to understand. So, important is the truth. It's the cold, hard truth. It's objectable, is based on facts, based on evidence, based on science. The red pill and the blue pill, those people do not want to see you succeed. They want you stuck in the same miasma, the same matrix, or the same maze that you're in the red pill malaise. They want you stuck there. They don't want you to see you and they don't want to see you succeed. The whole point of pickup in red pill dating coaches, they want you to fail. When you fail, they can gas. Like you say, oh man, you didn't say this right, or you didn't hold frame, or your mindset was bad, or you didn't escalate. They want to make up as you go, because when you fail, you buy more product, or I got to buy this next book so that I can learn from him, or I got to pay for a next coaching session so I could learn from him. Well, I got to watch the next podcast so I can learn from him. It's gaslighting. Hair haters who want women all for themselves. They don't want guys to know the truth. Dana, a lot of guys wait too late. If you wait until you're over 30 years old, you're missing out on too much validation. You're missing out on too much attention. You're missing out on too much sexual interest from women, and that is going to negatively impact your confidence. You know, confidence comes from positive validation, the affirmation that you're going to get from women. So you need that in your teenage years. You need that in your 20s. If you're not getting that in and then you're 30 years old, it is definitely, I'm very late now. Obviously, you can have some success in your 30s and 40s, but you just missed out on so much opportunities for great sex. Women just go for the best looking guy.